History sometimes moves slowly, but sometimes one man appears, and history accelerates. Early 16th century, the Ottoman Empire was powerful, but a growing threat was rising in the east. Inside the state, uncertainty, rivalry, and signs of weakening were emerging, and then one name stepped forward. Selim. Later, he would earn a title Yavuz, meaning harsh, uncompromising. Once he decided, he never turned back. But this was not just about harshness. The real question was simple. The state would either expand or collapse. Young Selim. The storm approaches. Selim governed Trabzon for years, watching the east carefully. The Safavid Empire was growing. Shah Ismail was not just a ruler. He was an ideological force, destabilizing Anatolia from within. Selim saw the danger early. Most would wait. He did not. Most would defend. He prepared to strike, because sometimes the best defense is decisive offense. The road to the throne, nitrogen monoxide, mercy in the Ottoman system. The throne meant struggle. Brothers were rivals. Hesitation meant defeat. Selim did not hesitate. When he took the throne in 1512, the direction of the empire changed. The era of defense ended. The Ottoman state returned to expansion, and Selim had one clear objective: eliminate the eastern threat permanently. Chaldiran, the turning point, 1514. Selim gathered his army, disciplined, prepared, determined. Across him stood Shah Ismail, fast, bold, dangerous. But Selim was different. He fought with strategy, not emotion. August 23rd, 1514, Ottoman artillery spoke. Order prevailed. Discipline won. The Safavid army broke. This was more than a battle. It was the breaking of the eastern threat. And Selim did not stop, because true rulers do not settle for one victory. The southern campaign. An empire expands. Selim turned south. Target the Mamluks were powerful, but outdated. Selim's army was disciplined, modern, relentless. 1516. March. Dabico. The Mamluk army collapsed. 1517. Ridania. The gates opened. And then Cairo fell. But this was not only about land. Something greater happened. The caliphate passed to the Ottoman. Now the empire was not only a state, but a leader of the Islamic world. Selim was no longer just a ruler. He became a builder of order, doubling the empire in 8 years. How? 8 years. Only 8. But the result? The Ottoman Empire doubled in size. Eastern Anatolia, Syria, Palestine, Egypt, Hejaz came under Ottoman control. Trade routes shifted to Ottoman hands. The Silk Road was secured. The guardianship of holy cities passed to the empire. This was not luck. This was planning, discipline, and willpower. Selim's style. Harsh but clear, Selim was not a gentle ruler. He did not rule to be loved. He ruled to be strong. No tolerance for failure. No patience for betrayal. No acceptance of uncertainty. But he understood one truth. States survive not on emotion, but on order. His harshness did not create chaos. It created stability. Human C. The Iron Ruler history remembers him as harsh, but Selim was more than a warrior. He wrote poetry. He protected scholars and artists. He built discipline within state administration. But above all, he wasted no time, because he understood. Those who move slowly in history disappear. The end, but the impact remains. 1520. Selim died, only 50 years old. His reign was short, but the empire he left behind, a giant. And the man who followed, Suleiman the Magnificent, would build one of the most powerful empires in world history on the foundation Selim created. Selim did not only conquer, he prepared the future Closing the lesson of history, the story of Selim I teaches us, an indecisive leader loses states, weak will cannot build order. And sometimes, to change history, only one thing is needed. Clarity. Selim was harsh, but he was clear. And sometimes, history is written exactly like this. Let us talk about a ruler who completely reshaped the Ottoman Empire in just 8 short years, Selim I. We often hear about his military victories, but his impact went far beyond the battlefield. Selim was a brilliant administrator who understood that conquering territory was only half the battle. You also had to govern it effectively. When Selim conquered the Mamluk Sultanate in Egypt, he didn't just add a massive piece of land to his empire. He inherited centuries of complex administrative traditions, instead of imposing a completely new system. Selim smartly integrated the existing Mamluk bureaucracy into the Ottoman framework. This ensured stability and kept the vital economic and agricultural heartland of Egypt running smoothly. He standardized tax collection, updated land registers, and appointed governors who were loyal to him, ensuring that the wealth of these new provinces flowed directly to the imperial treasury in Istanbul. This financial boost was astronomical and funded the empire's expansion for generations to come. Culturally, Selim's reign marked a pivotal moment. By conquering the holy cities of Mecca and Medina, he claimed the title of Caliph, making the Ottoman Sultan the leader of the entire Sunni Muslim world. This wasn't just a symbolic title. It fundamentally changed the identity of the empire. The Ottomans were no longer just a Turkish dynasty, but the protectors of Islam's most sacred sites. This new role brought immense prestige and responsibility. Selim brought countless scholars, artists, and artisans from Cairo, Damascus, and Tabriz back to Istanbul. This influx of talent sparked a cultural renaissance. Ottoman art, architecture, and literature began to blend Turkish, Persian, and Arab influences, creating a unique and vibrant imperial culture that would define the empire's golden age. The long-term effects of Selim's conquests are impossible to overstate. He doubled the empire's territory, secured its southern and eastern borders against rivals like the Safavids, and gave the Ottomans complete control over the major trade routes between the east and west. This economic dominance, combined with the new religious authority as Caliph, laid the foundation for his son, Suleiman the Magnificent, to preside over the empire's absolute peak. Selim's 8-year reign was a whirlwind of change that set the Ottoman Empire on a new course, transforming it into a true world power whose legacy would endure for centuries. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time.